Okay guys, in this segment we are going to answer a very critical question. It's probably the most vital question that you want to ask yourself at the end of every day, and it's very simple. What did I accomplish today that was productive? That is key, because you know, if you spent any time at all in Ron's world, that there's really only 5 types of activities that you should be engaged in at all that relate to accomplishing our goals, which of course are making money, creating equity, getting checks. Those 5 things are things we aren't going to go through from a teaching standpoint, but we're going to go through from a show you how it actually works in real time standpoint. That means we are going to generate leads, and I'm going to show you precisely what we do to generate seller leads. We are going to look at how VAs actually go about pre-screening these leads or qualifying them, and in some cases where I will be qualifying them because I don't send them to the VAs in certain instances. For example, if it's $1 million or $2 million home, I like to take that call right from Pat Live without getting a VA pre-qualification on whether or not they're yes to terms. I'll go from opening call right to closing call in that instance. So we're gonna segregate that, and you'll get to hear some of the calls that I do, and you'll get to see how some of the lead sheets actually come in. Of course, there is the idea of constructing offers, and what's really going to be drilled home is that we don't construct offers, we ask questions. And you're going to hear me asking the same questions over and over and over and over again, because I'm going to actually play some audio clips, and if the clips aren't great, we'll caption what the sellers are saying across the screen, and you will very quickly learn that you don't have to think. You really don't have to think to construct offers. All you really have to do is ask some very simple questions and determine if it's a deal you're going to stay in or a deal that you are going to locate your buyer for first before you close. The sellers will choose that. You won't choose that. You'll help them get to the decision, but you won't actually be choosing it. You'll be asking questions. We'll go through some of the follow-up mechanisms. For example, when we do get a deal that we like, we'll probably whiteboard the structure of the deal so we can look at what we're trying to accomplish with that deal and how we would make money. We may go ahead and screen capture the actual writing of the contract. I think that's important to see just how simple it is. Really, after a while, you'll be able to do these contracts, these purchase and sale agreements in a comatose state, as Ron likes to say. Shouldn't take more than a few minutes. But what I think is going to be really compelling and interesting is we really don't know what we're going to find as we go out there and do these deals. I'm going to take videos in real time of the things that are happening, and we'll see how we adapt to the changing environment. There really isn't a fully thought out curriculum here, other than we're going to focus on the 5 things that it takes to get houses under control that we own, and then we're going to focus on those exact same 5 things in terms of trying to sell them to buyers. And I think that we should be able to have a very nice addition to the library of materials that are out there in Ron's world that'll help you do phenomenal things as a real estate entrepreneur. Now let me just get into a few of the specifics. As it relates to generating leads, we are going to take a look very specifically at how we run the yellow letter campaign. We will also, whoever designed this FSBO field agent program, genius. It's a fantastic idea. I've got a little bit of a tweak on it. It's worked very well in generating seller leads. So I'm going to show you through video and through screen capture exactly how we go about using the FSBO field agent program, possibly even talk to one of these photographers or quasi-photographers who goes out, takes the picture to garner some cash, whether it's a FedEx driver, a UPS driver, a pizza man, or just somebody who is trying to pick up some extra cash. Phenomenal program. We'll hone in there. And then we will get to the same 5 elements, but in the context of attracting buyers. Probably we'll have you interview with our salesperson who does most of the work in attracting buyers. We will take a close look at using MLS. I'm not a realtor, but we use MLS when we can to sell are properties, because you can sometimes end up getting a cash offer on your property that cashes you out for a profit, and then there's other times where there are realtors who have people that would like terms, and you can attract them through MLS. So I'll show you exactly what we do with respect to MLS, and then you should always screen the tenant, do the background check on them. It'll be really interesting to see some of the things we get back when we get a house for sale, and then we get to the point that we have some buyers coming in. You'll get to see all this live in real time, and we'll look at some of these background reports, and I almost guarantee that there's going to be some comedy that occurs there. Some of the characters you get are pretty interesting, but it only takes one pearl, and when we find that pearl, we'll take them to the closing table. We may even interview the attorney. We'll look at some of the hiccups that happen along the way, get the attorney's view on how all of this goes down, and then probably spare you going to the bank and depositing the check and that sort of thing, but you will get a chance to see exactly what our net is on some of these deals, so that you too can have the confidence to go out and create quick turn real estate deals in exactly the way that Ron teaches. So in the next videos, we're going to start getting into the granular details of that, and I hope you'll be there with me. Thanks.